One day I was sitting on the bus with my grandma. I took her out for breakfast and we went shopping and whatnot. My grandma is deaf and she had her hearing aid off in the bus. While we were watching out the window, I think the big breakfast I ate tore up my stomach because I let out the most aggressive asshole tearing fart so big and powerful the bus window shattered and all 4 tires went flat. The fart was so violent it split my scrotum in half and it melted my grandma's hearing aid into the side of her head. It was so powerful the bus started swerving and the bus emergency alarm started going off. The girls on the bus started crying and calling the police, but my whole ripping fart wouldn't stop. It was going so strong that the bus steel started melting and the old couple sitting at the back of the bus died of a stroke. The bus was swerving like crazy because of my demonic weather changing fart busting all the tires. The fart started bringing in rain clouds and we had a massive thunderstorm and the thunder started striking the bus every few seconds. I saw a few people jump out of the windows to escape my paranormal fart and they all were rolling on the side of the road and some of them got hit by passing cars. The bus ran out of fuel and it stopped in the middle of my thunderstorm diarrhea and it finally ended. Everyone turned and looked at me while sobbing and I said to my grandma, "I can't believe you shit yourself." I apologized to everyone and said sorry, my grandma has bowel cancer and we
When I was younger, I was in Walmart and I was eating a tube of Pringles and I ate them while my mom paid, but I forgot to let the guy scan them, so I walked out the Walmart and the alarm went off and I just started running because I got scared and my mom couldn't find me because I was hiding behind the newspaper things, and the Walmart people called the police because I was missing, and when I hear them show up I thought I was a criminal, so I left my mom a note on the newspaper that said I went to Mexico to start a new life and not come looking for me, and then I took off running with my Pringles and ran for like an hour, and then the cops saw me walking down the road so they pulled over, so I started running again, and then they were using the car intercom thing and they told me to stop running. So when I did, I thought they were gonna put me in handcuffs and take me to jail, so I was crying and I slapped the officer in the stomach and tried to run again, but he just held me back, and when he asked me what happened to me and I told him, he started crying because he was laughing so hard. And he just gave my mom $2 for the Pringles and he was still laughing when he left. And that's the time I was a wanted criminal.
One day I was sat at school next to this stinky ass kid called Bobby Lobby. He literally had fleas and nits coming out of his hair, but the teacher would not let me move away from him no matter how much I asked him. One day when we were in English class, Bobby Lobby let off the biggest shart I have ever heard. I swear it was so loud it could have blown the classroom walls away. It was so stinky. Needed a binky. Shot me into the car. Flew to Mars. Whacked me with a plank. Robbed a bank. Ship sank. Sat at a till. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Monkey shit. Fell in a pit. Wanted to hit. Blew off my head. Died in bed. Stockpile. Ran a mile. Didn't smile. Swam in shit. Babysit. Licked a clock. Chicken flock. I almost threw up all over Bobby Lobby. The shit started seeping all over his chair and dripping on the floor. The teacher walked over to him and slipped on the shit. He fell over and smashed his head on the side of Bobby Lobby's desk. Everyone started fainting because the classroom stunk so bad. Bobby Lobby got sent home and that day he went to the hospital and it turns out he had bowel cancer.
Story time. So recently in my area there have been a few burglaries happening. The weird thing about it is that the person that was doing them was doing this really weird thing where they were putting bricks in people's washing machines after they've robbed them. Anyway, a couple of nights ago, the police actually found the person that was doing these robberies dead in an alleyway. They didn't actually have his name until they found him dead, and they discovered that his name was Cal. Anyway, this has made a lot of my neighbours happy because, well, washing machines live longer with Cal gone. It's a British joke. If you're not British, you probably won't get it, but British humour!
Your avatar is pretty.
Aw, thanks.
Pretty ugly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tried making it look like your future.
You failed, thatist.
You failed to teach me.
Learn to take a joke.
Learn to make one.
Well, you ugly.
I'm not your mirror.
Push harder, fucker. Surprise shoddy. AOY is the kid black.
BC, it's not your fucking baby.
When who TF is. Surprise bitches.
Oh my God!
Dada. Are you the I like your cut G guy?
Do I look?
Dada. Stop calling me Dada, you little shit. I want to hear the noise if you're my son. Good boy. So who are you again? Da baby.
So y'all remember how PE teachers used to make you run the mile in elementary school? Well boy do I have a fucking story for you. So I was out on the field running my second lap and my stomach started hurting because my fucking mom decided to buy McDonald's for breakfast. So I asked the teacher if I could go to the bathroom and that bitch ass Trump gorilla looking motherfucker said no, so I just kept running and prayed to Michael Jackson that it would go away. So I'm on my third lap and I have to fart. And on God I pulled an Essa Barrett. So much shit came out that I could literally make a 4-course meal with it. And a chocolate fountain for dessert. I was about to fucking cry. Obviously I wasn't gonna tell my teacher that I shit myself, so I just said I felt like I was gonna throw up. So I go to the clinic literally holding my hands on my ass so nobody would see my shit. When I get to the clinic the nurse tells me to sit down, but in my head I'm like, bitch, if I sit down your chair is gonna look like the chocolate river from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So I just lean on the wall until my mom comes to pick me up. When I stand up off the wall to go to the bathroom my shit is smeared on the wall and the nurse looks at it and she's like, what the fuck? Was that you? And I was like, ew, hell no, and I run to the bathroom and my whole ass had shit on it, and when my mom picked me up I started crying because she asked what smelled like dog shit and she thought she stepped in something and I had to tell her it was my ass. One time my mom took me to a baseball game and I asked her if I could get some cotton candy. She said no. You are already fat. I was so upset I was ready to punch her. A few minutes later a player hit the baseball and it came flying at us. I ducked and it hit my mom right in the face. I started laughing and said ha 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 ha, that's karma bitch for not buying me the cotton candy. I noticed we were on the Jumbotron so I started shaking my juicy thick ass and screaming. The medical people helped my mom and then we got thrown out. My mom was so mad. When we were in the car I was still mad about the cotton candy thing. I saw a piece of paper and a pen and wrote help me I'm being kidnapped and held it up to the window. Like for part 2.
Roblox stories be like.
I'm getting Roblox, but I don't need a new friend.
Oh my god, just take all my money. Oh my god, am I back you?
Want to be friends again? Oh, I'll give you my friend's group.
Who is this weird girl?
She's my friend. I mean, yes.
Accidentally sent Peg. PT2.
One day in the 3rd grade my class went on a field trip to the zoo. This one girl named Ariel Tangagnal was jumping up and down so excited because she wanted to be a mermaid. She had to wear diapers because she couldn't stop laying shit eggs everywhere. The day before the class was being bad so the teacher picked our bus partners instead of us, and guess the fuck what? I got paired with Ariel Tangagnal. The next day on the bus I was sitting next to Ariel and she was singing Let It Go like bitch do you want to be a mermaid or else like fucking pick one. When we got there Ariel Tangagnal kept telling the tour guide to shut the fuck up and she lectured us about every fish. She called the fish by Dory and Nemo. She told us to follow her but we didn't and we followed the tour guide. She must be really fucking strong because she fucking punched through the class and started swimming. She brought her fucking mermaid tail that she bought from Five and Below and started swimming. She then forgot her diapers and took a fat shit in the aquarium. She took the biggest boggy goggy, took in a doppy, clean it with a moppy. Smells like shit, smells like D-lick. She is a bitch. It attracts ticks. It will stick. The shit wouldn't stop coming out and the force of the shit made the glass crack. All the fish were floating up to the top of the brown water. I was able to smell the shit from across the room and it smelled like a lakazalaka hoochula poochula. Turns out Ariel had bowel cancer.